All right, 0 and negative exponents. Okay, in your calculator, type in 5 to the 0 power. What do you get? 1? Type in 10 to the 0 power. Type in 120 to the 0 power. The 0 power. Oh, I lied. Type in 1,874 to the 0 power. What do you get? So anything to the 0 power is 1. Okay, anything to the 0 power is 1, as long as it's not 0. Okay, because 0 to the 0 power is going to be 0. Okay, but any other number that you use is going to be 1. Yeah, I know what your calculator says. I'm telling you that it's 0. Your calculator lies to you all the time, Gavin. All right, so what's 5 to the 0 power? What's negative 2 to the 0 power? What is 1/9 to the 0 power? What is 0 to the 0 power? 0. Huh? Because anything to the 0 power is 1, except for 0. Okay? That's why it's 1, because that's a rule. All right, so we know that if they have the same base, what do we do with their exponents? We add them. So this 3 plus 0 is, so this would be 2 to the 3rd power, which gives us 8. Yep, which is D. Good. All right, now for the good stuff. Negative exponents. Don't use your calculator. Samuel, stop it. Okay, now, what is 2 squared? 4. What is 2 to the 1st power? What is 2 to the 0? 1. Okay, now, Sam, you can use your calculator. 2 to the negative 1 is? No. With math, enter. 1/2. Okay, that's why I told you to use your calculator. Okay, it does not make your number negative. Okay, take 2 to the negative 2. Math, enter. 1/4. Okay, a negative exponent does not make your answer negative. It makes it a fraction. Okay, you need to be very, very careful with that. Okay, and what the rule is if I have x to the negative exponent, so x to the negative n, what we do, okay, is we make it a fraction. We make it 1 over x to the n, and our exponent becomes positive because we don't like negative exponents. We don't like negativity. That's bad. We want all positive things, right? Okay, so 5 squared gives us 25. Come on, guys. We got to get used to these exponents. It doesn't mean just multiply. Okay, 5 to the 1st is? 5 to the 0 is? 1. Okay, now, let's make this a fraction. Okay, yep, this makes, without using our calculator, okay, we should know that we go 1 over 5 to the what power? To the what power? No, if I move it to the bottom, my exponent becomes positive. That's the whole premise of us moving it to the bottom here and making a fraction. is now it becomes a positive 1 exponent, which is 1 over, what's 5 to the first power? 5. Okay, so if I'm going to do this, okay, before you tell me what the answer is, when I move this and make it a fraction, I would go 1 over 5 to the second, yep. And now I can do what it says. 1 over, what is 5 to the second? 25. Right, that's how we get rid of the negative. Okay, we're getting rid of the negative by moving it to the bottom, moving it into a fraction. Okay, so if I look at, okay, so what's negative 8 to the 0 power? Okay, so now, don't use your calculator. Do not, I don't want to see anyone typing on their calculator. Okay, what does this fraction look like? I'm going 1 over 4 to the second, yep. So 1 over, what is 4 times 4? 16. So see, I didn't even need my calculator. Okay, now, if I have a fraction to a negative exponent, okay, don't punch it into your calculator, stop punching buttons. Okay, write this to the side of it. If it's a fraction, I'm going to flip the fraction so flip the fraction and make the exponent positive. Okay, flip the fraction and make your exponent positive. So, Sam, when you flip 1/2, what do you get? 2 over 1, which is 2 to the what power? If I make that positive, it's to the, yep, to the first power. And what is 2 to the first power? 2. Yep, good. That's it. You're done with that. So the answer is 2, yep. Yep, because when we flip the fraction, we get 2 over 1 to the first power, and 2 over 1 is 2, and 2 to the first power is 2. Okay, 73 to the 0 power? 1. Okay, what's my fraction going to look like on this one? Yeah, 1 over 13 squared. 1 over what? Not 26, no. 169, yep. Okay, it does not mean to take 13 times 2. You really, really have to be careful with that. I'm okay with when it's numbers, you can do this, but what's going to happen is we're going to start getting some variables. Okay? So if we take a look at this one, okay, now, this is where things start to get confusing because positive exponents stay put, negative exponents get moved. Okay? So, does that 5 have an exponent on it? No, so it stays put. Write a 5. Now, we have a to the third, right? Is that a positive exponent or a negative exponent? It's positive. So do I want to move it anywhere? No, we want to keep him where he's at because he's positive. We like positive. Okay, now, we've got this negative b. And we don't like that. So where are we going to shove him? Yeah, we're going to shove him underneath. We're sending him to the basement, and it's going to be b to the second, because that move that he makes him positive, yep. Okay, now, x to the negative 9th. It's a negative exponent, right? So where's he got to go? To the bottom, but there's nothing on top to hold hold down the fort. So what do we put on there? 1. Huh? Top one's done. This is my answer. Yep, that's as far as I can go. Okay, so this one's going to be 1 over x to the 9th. Yep. Because when I send him to the basement, he gets positive. Okay, now I have an n to the negative 3 in the bottom, right? So he's down in the basement. He's being all negative. Nobody likes him. So where are they going to make him go? Yeah, they're sending him upstairs. And he likes the people upstairs. So now he becomes n to the 3rd. Okay. Yeah, because there's nothing else there. Right, but do we have to put 1 times this? Because what would be 1 times n to the 3rd? N to the 3rd. Yep. So, yep, Gavin, if you want to do that, you are more than welcome to. Okay. Is this a 4 on your guys' paper? Things got cut off on mine. Okay, so we've got a 4. Is there any negative with him? No, so he stays put. What happens to that c to the negative 3? He gets shoved to the bottom. How about that b? Stays to the top because he's positive. So he stays put. We don't want to move positive, people. Okay, now this 2, does he stay put or does he go somewhere? Stays put. What happens to my a to the negative 3? He goes to the top, so he's going to be 2 a to the 3rd. Yep. Okay, this guy. That n to the negative 5th has to go where? He's got to go to the basement. So I've got n to the 5th, m to the 2nd down in the basement. Is there anyone upstairs? But we need a placeholder upstairs. Somebody's got to watch the upstairs. It's always going to be 1. 1 is the master of the upstairs. Yes, ma'am. You could, honestly, Shelby, if you wanted to go 1 over m squared n to the 5th, that is just fine. Either one works, okay, as long as you've got them both down there. And you're right, normally I would write it like this because I usually go in alphabetical order. Very good question. That one we're good with, that one we're good with. All right, we're just going to take a quick peek at this. Okay, all we're going to do is the top row. Okay, so we have 2 to the n power, and they're saying plug these numbers in for our power, or for our exponent. So we're taking 2 to the 3rd power, we get 8. 2 to the 2nd power is 4. 2 to the 1st power? 2 to the 0? 2 to the negative 1. Hey, now we're talking 1/2. 1 what? 1/4 and 1/8. Very good. Okay. As our exponents got smaller, what happened to our numbers? They get smaller because these are little itty bitty fractions. So my numbers are getting smaller. What would happen if I went this direction? As my exponent got bigger, my numbers are going to get bigger. Yep. Okay. So a little bit more confusing than last section, yeah? Yeah. All right, you got 9 through 12.